Hola, bienvenidos a todos. Buenas tardes. Good afternoon.
Buenas tardes.
It's a beautiful Monday afternoon, a little bit rainy, but that's the way we like it when we're cooking in the kitchen. Bienvenidos a En Casa con la Plaza. This is our virtual programming from La Plaza de Cultura y Artes, from our homes to yours. In this case, I'm in the office, but I know that you're enjoying it from your home, from your laptop, from your cell phone. Every Monday, we bring to you En Casa con la Plaza Cocina. Let's see now, this, just to give you an update of what's going on at La Plaza. We are open from every day except Tuesday, from 12 to 5 during the week, and on weekends, Saturday and Sunday, from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. All of our exhibitions are open. We're presently installing Patriotism in Conflict, Fighting for Country and Comunidad, that will open next in a couple of weeks on November 5th. Our programming is in full swing this weekend on October 31st, el domingo, our Dia de los Muertos Family Day, con música, con danzantes, with workshops, demonstrations, and a lot more. And that is followed that day, that evening at 6 o'clock with a screening of your favorite Dia de los Muertos movie, Coco. So that's Coco from 6 to 8 next Sunday. Dia de los Muertos Family Day on Sunday as well, from 12 to 4, and it is all free. So bring the families. All right, with that, I'd like to thank Union Pacific Foundation for sponsoring today's En Casa con la Plaza Cocina. And as usual on Mondays, we'll bring up our host, Jimena Martin. Please join us, Jimena.
Good afternoon. Hi, everybody. Hi, Everardo.
Hello there.
Good, good. We have some fun guests here. We have Doña Socorro and Dora from Yucas. Good afternoon. How are you ladies doing?
Good. Thanks for not calling me Doña.
No, yo soy Doña Socorro, your mom, con respeto, you know.
Gracias.
So I know it's been a while since we've had you on the show here, but tell us of all the wonderful things that have been happening for you, Dora, at Yucas.
Well, we're still open, which is like the most fabulous thing as far as we're concerned. We've been getting federal grants, and I've been working to get grants from other corporations that are helping small businesses. And as part of that work, I joined with the Southern California Minority Supplier Development Council, and I got my MBE, which is my Minority Business Enterprise certification, which enabled me to join the Super Bowl Business Connect program. And that means I'm one of just over 200 businesses in LA that can bid on NFL contracts. And since the Super Bowl is going to be in LA in February, we're very excited about that and the opportunity to bid for some of that business that's coming to Los Angeles. That's our biggest thing right now.
Congratulations. That's wonderful. Wonderful. And also tell a bit more. We get a little segment with KCET.
Oh yeah. They reached out to us and they said they were featuring 6 women business owners that have impacted their community. And I got to be episode 3, and they're currently on episode 4. So I recommend everyone to watch ours, of course, but there's 5 other fabulous women in the campaign program that have something to say about how we do business in LA, not just to make a buck, but to impact our neighborhoods and keep making positive change in LA.
Congratulations. That's wonderful. It's such good stuff. No,
for those Juan Dennis, who happens to be my customer, he was the producer, but he's done a fabulous job with every episode I've seen so far. So thank you, Juan. You're fabulous.
Now, just so everybody know, those are on Zoom. Everardo just posted the link. So for those who want to see Dora and her
don't
story.
watch it now, okay? Because right now we're going to be teaching you how to cook. Save it for later.
Absolutely. But also the good things. You're back into catering in now that we're kind of opened up a bit.
Yeah, we've been getting small jobs. We started something called COVID compliant micro catering last year, and we were doing just like very tiny things, drop offs, and people really like that. But now that it's opening back up, we're getting bigger jobs. Last night we did the fundraiser for grand performances at the Tropico de Nopal Art Gallery, and that was fabulous. It started out smaller, and there was so much enthusiasm for the program that it built to 100 guests. And man, did they eat and dance and hopefully spend a lot of money so that grand performances can keep on bringing free music to LA.
The Grand Performance has a wonderful programming, great free event for the community.
Coincidentally, the CEO of Grand Performances is a Brown alum. We graduated the same year in 1980 in Latin American Studies, and we've remained friends since those crazy times at Brown University.
That's great. The recipe that we're doing today is chirmole. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? That's the first time I've ever heard of chirmole. Can you tell us a little bit more?
Oh my goodness, you've been missing out. It's a great rainy day meal because it's hot. It's kind of like a soup. It's spicy. I mean, like there's it's made with a recado negro, which is like burnt chilies. And let me see if my mom wants to add a little thing. Diles un poco del chilmole, cómo se cocina con pavo y cómo se llama. En inglés, si puedes.
El chilmole con gallina, porque estoy hablando de cuando lo sé. Gallina, pollo o cualquier ave que quieras, se llama chilmole. Para Navidad se hace relleno negro. Es con pavo. Así como se rellena el pavo aquí con frutas y todo. Ahí se rellena con carne, puerco y huevos. Y se llama relleno negro. Lo que hicimos hoy es chilmole. Espero que les guste. Es muy sencillo, pero muy rico.
It's yet another recipe that's only found in the Yucatan. I mean, we make some really outstanding, amazing, and delicious food from the Yucatan.
I can't wait.
And you got to go there and have breakfast, lunch, and dinner there for like a week, and you'll die and go to heaven.
No, Mérida is definitely on my bucket list to go see Mérida.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Me too.
Yes. You can show me around. Okay, Dora, so let's start beginning with the chirmole, please.
Okay, so the first thing we like to do is get the easy part over with, which is hard boiling the eggs. And in case you're like me, you're kind of a novice at it, and you don't know exactly how long it takes to hard boil an egg. Mama's secret is you poke a hole in the top part of the egg, just like that, and then you throw it into hard boil. And as it's cooking, a little white blob will pop out. So it's kind of like a pop-up thermometer for the egg. And once that pops out, then you know your hard-boiled eggs are ready. So we've already done the hard-boiled eggs. And when you have them, you gotta let them cool a little bit. When you're peeling them, if you have long nails, which I happen to have at this moment, make sure you use the soft part of your fingers rather than your nails, so you don't see how beautiful this egg looks, all shiny and
nice and smooth.
There's no dent. Smooth, that's the word I was looking for. There's no dent. So make sure you use the soft part of your legs on your fingers, and just peel it any which way you can, but don't put any divots in the egg is our suggestion. So there you go. There's 2 hot tips from Mama. Put the hole in there to see where it's done. Use the soft part of the fingers to keep the egg beautiful. So then when we're done with that, we're using chicken thighs. We got a pack of 8. We actually cooked some of it already, but when you're getting ready to cook, you want a little bit of the fat on the chicken, but not all of it. And the fastest way to do it, Mama loves her scissors. I don't know if you saw her hot tip on how to cut an habanero chili without getting your hands on it. Includes scissors. ¿Así?
Sí.
Okay. So easy. Easy peasy, and you leave just a little flap for flavor. Okay. and then you throw it in the pot. And we kept 2 pieces uncooked because we learned the hard way that when you do a cooking show, you're supposed to have what you're cooking and then a finished product. My mom did a pilot for a cooking program back in the 70s. ¿Cómo se llamaba el que estaba allá? El famoso
Trini López.
Trini Lopez was the guest, and she showed up with everything raw, and she was coincidentally cooking chirmole, and the Trini Lopez kept saying mole, and my mom would say chirmole, and he would say mole, and she would say chirmole, and and finally, after like the 10th time that he said mole, she looked at him and she goes, Chirmole. And everybody lost it. Trini Lopez was cracking up, the cameraman, the producer. So I forget why I started the story, but it was a great story.
That's a good story. Before we keep going on, we have a couple people saying hello. I have Maria Oliva says hello from Downey. And then we have here Holly Lynn from Apple Valley, full of rainbows today.
All
And
right.
then
Welcome.
Kathleen McGregor says, I never thought of that with the eggs. So a good hack. Thanks, Mama, for the hack.
When you've been cooking as long as Mama has, you learn how to make life easy in the kitchen. I frankly don't cook that often, but that's why I have Mama. She helps me. So you put the chicken in the pot, and you just barely cover it with water. And then we start with the recado. So we have 2 spice pastes that we're using for this. It's recado negro, which is essentially a ton of spices, blackened, and then made into a paste. And they're ground, and there's recipes for it in there. In fact, I think the guy from Chichen Itza has a book, and he talks about chirmole, or how to make the paste. I'm not sure he does the recado negro, but I know he does the achiote. So if you want to do it from scratch yourself, it's a lot of work. And then this one, you burn the chili, so get ready to cry and run out.
Coffee, a lot of coffee when you burn out those chilies.
So we use about that much. It's about 5 ounces of recado negro to about 3/4 ounce of the achiote. And all you do is add water. Así o más?
O sea, no importa eso.
It's how much water is not as important as making sure it gets very well diluted. And
Dora?
mixed. Yes.
Dora, let's see. They're asking.
My nose itches because then I'll be in trouble.
Oh, no. They're asking, where can we buy recado negro?
Recado negro. I'm pretty sure there's a bakery called La Flor de Yucatan. And they tend to have all the spices from Merida. We get ours imported. You could probably hit Amazon. I don't know. Forget I said that. Get online and find a company that imports spices, Mexican spices, but especially from the Yucatan. And order it. We get ours directly from a little old lady in Merida, who cooks it out in the back of her house. She makes our achiote and she makes our recado negro. And we also get recado for papazules, which is yet another dish from the Yucatan that you just like eat it and die and go to heaven.
Yes.
So as you're having me talk, I'm like diluting this and it's getting to be a nice black paste. Oh, and if you want to know if you got a good spice and you're not using gloves, so you see how my hands are like black? If you wash your hands and it doesn't go away really fast and you have to really scrub, that means it's a good spice. If it's, you wash it, you just rinse it with water and it's gone, it means they gave you very cheap spices that are a lot of filler and not enough of the goodness that you deserve. All right, so once this is done, we're gonna have a special guest tonight. His name is Om, and I'm gonna save some of this for him because he's gonna show us the vegan version that we never imagined we could cook. It'll be just a little bit So when this is a nice thing and all the little globs are out, we almost there.
It's okay. While you're squishing away there, we have some more saludos. We have Lydia de los Ríos. Saludos desde Claremont. Gracias por las sugerencias. We also have Mary Leiva from Culver City. We also have Marcela Hernandez says hello from Venice. Are we done wishing?
So when we're done squishing, we just throw it into the pot with the chicken. And I'm only gonna do part of it because Om's gonna use the rest for his stuff. I'm gonna put it over there. No, I don't. Be careful, because when you're doing a cooking show and you don't think about it, your hands will be dirty and you'll be going like, where can I wipe my hands? So in the meantime, I will start with the next thing, which is you have to blacken onions and tomatoes. So I pre-cut them in half. Oh, thank you, Mom. That's the beauty of having a guest. They take care of you. So I just cut a couple of rounds of onion and a Roma tomato. Roma's better because then you can blacken most of it. I'm only doing a couple of pieces because we're only cooking 2 pieces now. But for the recipe I'm going to provide you guys with, you're going to need 1 full brown onion and about 3 of the Roma tomatoes, fully blackened. So we're going to start blackening that. All right, and we're going to put it. We're going to put it on low so that while we're doing the meatballs, this is going to get good and black. And another secret to adding the flavor is once you have it good and black and you add it to the pot, throw a little bit of the juice that's already been cooking the chicken into the pie pan where you've blackened the produce, move it around, and all that black stuff is just going to come off and you're going to pour it into your pot, and that's going to add even more deliciousness. Okay, so now we're going to start with and another tip, hot tip from Mama, if you don't want to wash any more dishes, wash the container that the meat comes in really well, and then you can just prepare it here and not worry about it. So, and this is very basic. This is salt, pepper, and an egg. And I'll send you the specific things, but right now we're just gonna do it like Mama does, which is like
Yeah, but, hey,
okay.
everybody knows you like plain salad.
Yeah, if you like, some people like less salt. We're salt eaters, so we put salt. So salt, black pepper, poquito menos de pimienta que sal. Sí. So maybe about half the amount of black pepper as you put in salt. So 2 to 1 is your ratio. Just throw that in there. And an egg. And the way Mama explains how to crack an egg is you crack the shell and you use your thumbnail to press in and open it so that the egg yolk doesn't break and look ugly. Because cooking is all about using your hands, giving it some love, and having it look beautiful. So then you just take all that and you mush it together and you make a nice little meat paste. And
what kind of meat are you using, Dora?
Okay, good question. It's half beef, half pork. You can do all pork, you can do all beef. You can do all ground chicken. You cannot use meat. Does a jackfruit meatball that's very good. So the variations are endless. You know, it's what you like, what your family likes, what you grew up eating. You don't have to. You can try it the traditional way, and if it doesn't satisfy, then you go ahead and do it your way, because cooking is all about satisfying yourself and whoever you're cooking for and showing them some love. All right, ¿está bien así o?
Sí, está bien.
Oh. So it's
It's
kind of goopy.
¿Tienes las servilletas allá?
No, pero bueno. And in our full recipe, we use 3 of these teaspoons. Well, actually, they're not teaspoons; they're a little bigger than teaspoons. Así o más?
Así.
Yeah, I'm good for now. And you add a little flour because that's gonna bind everything together so that it doesn't fall apart once you throw it into the pot. Poquito más, ¿no?
Un poquito más, los dientes.
¿No vas a prender el pollo?
Oh,
Para tirar.
and after, we're gonna send you specific.
Ya no sé qué prendí.
Así
Sí,
lo prendiste,
ese está bien.
préndelo, no este. ¿Vuelvo a hacer? Dale,
¿Está prendido?
no,
No.
dale. Ok, ahorita que limpie.
No puedo.
Sí puedes. All right, so once it's good
Ese está
and
prendido y ella dice que no está.
you,
Es el pollo.
sorry, I got a little distracted. It's like, oh, we forgot to turn the chicken on. It's just like a half-hour, 45-minute meal, unless you forget to turn the stove on. And then it'll take forever, and you'll probably order
Poquito más.
delivery from Yucca. But okay, so
Come on, es medium.
it's kind of sticky. With the flour, it's going to bind very well with the, so we can make the meatballs. Yeah, there's a fork right there. It's okay if you forget your onion and tomato and they get super black, because that's the idea. The darker they are, the more burnt they are, the more flavor you're going to get out of it. So then, once your meat is ready, you take it.
No vas a poder poner la albóndiga ahorita porque no hay video.
No, lo voy a hacer now. You take it, you put the egg in the middle, and you cover the egg completely with the meat.
Wow.
And this is going to be like a beautiful surprise. So when it cooks, when you serve it as a meal, it's all ready. You slice it in half, and you have the juice, the piece of chicken, the burnt tomato and onion, and this black, white, and yellow amazing color pop just peeking out at you. All right, so we're gonna, and with the recipe for 8 thighs, we use 3 eggs. No, I forget how many eggs, but I'll send you the recipe.
Looking forward to it. While you're making the balls there, the meatballs there, Lidia de los Ríos, si Dios es servido, tengo planes de pasar una semana y media en enero. Isn't January the best time to go down there? It's not so hot. It's like,
Well, it depends on what you want. If you're worried about the heat, then when it's cooler, it's better. If you want a beautiful beach experience, when it's super hot, like July, August, September, it's the time that the beach looks the best, but then you swelter. So in January is when all the seaweed comes in and the beaches are, I mean, you can still swim, but they're kind of ugly. So this is, we made 2 meatballs. In the full recipe, you'll make 4. If you happen to have any meat left over, there will be some people that don't like egg in their meatball. So this little one's for them. All right, so we're ready with that. And I'm gonna move this out of the way. Actually, I can't put it there because we've got hot stuff there. And then, so once the tomato and onions cook, we're gonna throw it in the bowl. We're gonna add a little epazote. Oh, and I had a thing with the epazote where, well, Om starts his mushrooms. I'll get the epazote and give you the show I wanted I wanted to show you, you can get limp epazote and, yeah, come on in. If you have limp epazote, because the supermarket you went to doesn't use it a lot and it's kind of sad looking, like super sad. Just
Oh, is this it?
that's it. This is actually looking pretty good. This is the one we threw in water. I'll find the limp one because the difference is the standing, and all you have to do is put it in some water and it looks fab. And it's like, wow. So, all right, so I'm letting Om in so he can show you the vegan version.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Chef Om, and Dora asked me to come today to show you how to do the same recipe in the vegan way. I feel that the easiest way to replace meat in any dish of any nation is mushrooms. Mushrooms have that very meaty consistency. Today, I'm gonna use half and half of, I have 250 grams of oyster in my taco. And what we're gonna do in a pan, okay. In a pan, I'm gonna add a little oil. Today, I'm using sunflower oil. Just a drizzle. Then, to give it a little flavor, I'm gonna add a few cumin seeds. You can also use ground cumin. And I'm just gonna wait for a second for the cumin to bloom. So, because what the cumin does is that it's gonna start opening, the essential oils are gonna be infusing the oil, and then the oil tastes delicious, and that's how we get some mushroom, the flavor into the mushrooms.
Let me turn the fan on. There we go.
Perfect.
Oh, before he gets started, this is how my epazote looked before we added water. As you can see, it's pretty limp. And then this is how it looks reconstituted, all happy and peppy. All right.
Thank you, Dora. Thank you.
Okay, so as the cumin starts to sizzle, you'll notice that it starts to bubble. We are going to use a little bit of paprika for color. I
Hey, tell them about that hot tip. If the spoon doesn't fit,
you
use
can
the
use
handle.
you
There
can
you
use the
go.
handle.
Hot tip from home.
And then because the kind of cooking I do plant-based cooking, but I also do Ayurvedic cooking, which is a medicinal kind of cooking from ancient India. And we use turmeric and spices to bring health, to bring, healing benefits of herbs and spices into our kitchen. Now that our cumin, our turmeric are starting to sizzle, we are gonna add the mushrooms. And here you can basically use any mushrooms you want. You can use the regular ones that you find in the supermarket, which is usually the cremini or portobello. And then we're gonna add some salt in here too. When you add salt to the mushrooms, you help the mushrooms release their water. So you're not gonna, the good thing about that is that then they're not gonna scorch, they're gonna release their water, and then you're gonna have a little bit of their juice and start cooking them. And look at how beautiful, just with a little turmeric and paprika, the color is gorgeous.
Smells good too.
Can we show them how to, okay. I want to show you here the blackening of the tomatoes and the onions, because he was not in camera. So
this is like the kind of recipe you do with your family, because one person's doing one thing, the other one's helping that, or cleaning, or if you drop something, then somebody else can pick it up. Isn't that nice?
Isn't that the beautiful thing about cooking? You just bring the family together. And then and now as the mushrooms start to soften, I'm gonna add the rest of the chirmole in here. Look at how beautiful. And then actually, Vamos.
Yeah, put a little-
¿O por qué no dejamos este para deglaze
Yeah,
para que quede vegano?
All right, so
I want to lower it
let me
in here.
throw some onions in there for you.
Then
And we're sharing a flavor with our friend here.
Eso no era para chilmole.
sí,
Sí,
pero
pero vamos a hacer para los dos.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm loving this. It's such a
diferencia-
family affair. Everyone's metiendo la cuchara.
The fact that it's burnt gives it a better flavor.
so notice the difference between the chicken and mushrooms is that I am just so frying the mushrooms a little bit, then putting the chirmole. So I'm gonna add a little more water so we get that consistency that the chicken has, which
I don't know if
is
you can see
a
this.
stew-like
Oh, that's
consistency.
heavy. Anyways, it's heavy.
Do you want me to show? I can show.
Yeah.
So here is the consistency that we have with the chirmole and the chicken,
You wanna use
which
this
is
one?
more like
More like a
a
soup.
soup. It's very stewy.
Yeah.
You can see how it. So I'm trying to get the same consistency here with the mushrooms
And then we're gonna add the tomato and the onion to the pot.
into the chirmole.
And this is like a one pot deal, guys. That's the beauty of it. You just throw everything into one pot, and your pan here, once you're done and it's worthless, you can throw it out or you can clean it.
Are we gonna deglaze it?
We're going to deglaze it.
So
But
for the
first,
deglaze, you're just gonna put the water in it.
En lugar de agua, poner una cucharada de chilmole. Y ya está.
so it's like water you can from the chirmole pot. The
Yeah, the flavor. Get all those burnt pieces, which are gonna bring more
so
flavor.
this looks
into it.
like dirty dishwater stuff, but it's delicious. Trust us. I see. Throw everything in there. Ya empezó a hervir, ya le podemos poner las albóndigas, ¿verdad?
¿Por qué no lo ponemos acá?
Ya, que está, si ya
Sí, ya está hirviendo. O pasamos por acá.
Yeah. Dora, I'd like to thank you so much for bringing in Chef Om.
Yeah. he's
The whole
ready.
vegan
So,
lifestyle is so big right now. Everyone's cooking. There you go.
Once it's cooking, you can move it around, and then we're just gonna put. So the chicken goes in raw. Everything goes in raw and then cooks together. And you notice that shoulder motion? That's from my soccer days. All right, so he's done.
I'm done. Ooh.
Let me have the big one, and you take the little one and throw it in there. You can the top up. Just throw it on top.
There
Cover
we
it.
go.
La pasota ya se en el.
I'm gonna stir it, start cooking in there.
La tapa para esa olla.
And no, that's a conseguir. If you have, I have the thing that I don't have time for it right now.
Yeah, Dora, we have a couple questions.
What-
Okay, we got a couple questions. Does the chirmole need to before adding the meatballs?
Say that again?
To boil before adding the meatballs.
No. What you do is you once you trim the chicken, you put the chicken, you add the water just a little bit over the pieces of chicken, and you turn it on, and then you start blackening the onion and tomato, and you make the meatballs, and you have the chirmole, the chicken and the water started, a little bit of salt. You have it started while you're doing these other things, and when the tomato and onion is blackened, you throw it in. When the meatballs are ready, you throw it in. So there's no, and if the meatballs are ready first, you throw those in first, and then the tomato and onion, and then the epazote goes last because you don't want it to like sit there and disintegrate. But that's pretty much it. And then you heat up some tortillas, you grab a nice cold whatever, iced tea, wine, beer, tequila, mezcal, whatever you like to drink, and You can either add more chili, because this is going to be a little spicy depending on where you get your paste. And if it's not spicy enough, you can make a homemade fresh salsa with either tomato base or whatever you like to base it with, or you can have fresh chilies that you can just munch on, and that's it.
Dora, do you serve this over rice or anything, or as is? What's the preferred way of serving this?
You can put it on rice.
¿Qué?
Es que el chimole
¿Cómo
se
se
puede
sirve?
poner encima del arroz.
Lo puedes poner donde quieras.
My mom says put it wherever you want.
¿Cómo es lo favorito tuyo? Servirlo con qué?
It's usually served as a. Let me show you. In fact, let me grab a bowl, and I'll show you what we do.
It's like regular dish, only you put the rice in the sides, together, whatever. A mí me gusta a un lado de la comida.
So we just happen to have a big pot of it already cooked that I'm going to.
Dora, through everything, I don't think you heard me. I'd like to say thank you so much, Chef Om, and for you guys bringing two ways of doing this recipe. A lot of people are going vegan, looking for alternatives.
All right, pass me that other spoon. Actually, this one will work better.
Okay.
All right, so
No,
here's the chicken. I'm gonna cut the meatball so you see the beauty of the meatball. It's
Should we move the camera so we can show
not
that?
that over here.
Okay.
So here's the meatball already cut. And then you just add the juice. And this is the kind of, there we go. The tomato, the onion. Oh, and if we were forgetting one small thing. And that's what I would.
Sí.
If for some reason this is very liquidy, not thick enough, no le voy a poner más. Solo you take a little flour, and in the Yucatan they call it a tam, T-A-M. But basically what you're doing is you're thickening the liquid. You can use a spoon, you can use your finger, whatever. You just create like a flour water mixture.
Like a slurry.
What?
A slurry.
Slurry, there you go. And it should be nice and thick, not runny, but also not pasty. So it should still be liquidy. And you just throw it in, and that thickens your soup. And as I was saying, it's delicious now, but if you wait a few hours or even a day or two, and it settles and it thickens, and it's so much better. Yum. Any other questions?
No, I just say thank you. I don't think if you heard me say thank you so much for bringing in the traditional version, and then with Chef Om, the vegan version. That's amazing. But what we do is, since these programs live online on Facebook and our Instagram, we always ask our chefs to show us, hold a platter of their food and say cheese.
All right, yeah, let's
So that
have
we
it.
capture that.
It's on the right-hand side. Yeah, there you go.
Wow, I'm loving this yellow plate.
Yeah.
Now I need some rice.
Oh. Yeah. All right, so show them. And then here we go.
Perfect.
Mama también que sonría.
Mami, ahí te hablan.
Que por favor, sonríes para la cámara.
¿Qué pasa?
Todos dicen cheese. Uno, dos,
All right,
tres.
here's the 2 plates.
Oh, beautiful. Gracias.
Que sonrías.
Dora.
She's like, what's he saying? What's he saying? I'm like,
Dora.
smile, Mom.
Dora,
Thank you.
thank you so
I'm very
much for
happy.
sharing your recipe today. Can you
So
tell
this
us
is an
where we
easy
can
thing.
find you?
45 minutes, you're done. You can eat. We're
Can
gonna
you
be
tell us-
fighting over.
She's talking to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay, Dora. It's okay. I'm soft-spoken. Can you be so kind to let us know where can we find Yucas?
Yeah, and if you have a hard time, just call me up at Yuca's and I'll do my best to help you find them.
All right. And where is Yucas located, Dora?
We have one in Pasadena. It's gonna be 5 years soon. And the original OG is in Los Feliz on Hillhurst. We just celebrated 45 years there. Amazing history. I mean, we got a James Beard Award. Oprah loved us. Our burgers we were the first taco stand in the Burger Madness competition. We made it to the Sweet 16, but it's like, hey, we were in the competition for burgers. So that was nice.
Very good.
En todo caso, thank you again so much, Doña Socorro, Chef Om, and Dora. It's always a pleasure. They cater as well. Go to both locations on
Yeah.
Hillhurst and in Pasadena. Y con eso, saludos y gracias. Se la paso al Beraldo.
All right. Hasta la próxima. Sí, manda saludos.
Un saludo para toda mi familia y mis amigos y mis customers y todo el que me conozca.
Pues muchas gracias, señora. Muchas gracias. Thank you, Dora. Thank you, Om. Gracias, señora. You could find Yucas online at yucasla.com. I'm putting it here on.
Yeah, we're also on IG and Facebook and Twitter. Yucas LA is our IG.
Yes, you're everywhere,
Yeah,
and you have and
Yeah.
you
Om
keep
has
it
an
up.
IG also.
I don't have an ID, use my daughter and my friend.
Actually, she does. Mama Yucas is her IG.
Yeah. And if you guys want to see some of my vegan recipes, I'm also on Instagram, and it's Cooking with Om, Cooking with OM. So
Yeah.
check it
All
out.
right.
Oh,
Oh.
All right. Pues gracias. Gracias a todos.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Gracias, Jimena. We'll
A
see you all
ti.
next week. We'll see you all this Wednesday in Casa con la Plaza. We have with us, real quickly, Rafa Cardenas, a photographer who had an exhibition here at La Plaza de Cultura y Artes. He'll be talking about the exhibition plus the publication of his new book. Then on Friday, we have Dan Guerrero. No, do we have Dan Guerrero? Yes, we do. We have Dan Guerrero with Jermaine Franco, who is a composer, award-winning composer of music. She also wrote 5 songs in the movie Coco, which, of course, on Sunday we'll be showing at 6 to 8, the movie Coco here at La Plaza de Cultura y Artes. Earlier in the day, Family Day, Dia de los Muertos, un altar, música, danzantes, demonstrations. It'll be a wonderful day. So we hope to see you all here at La Plaza, then also en Casa con la Plaza. So adios a todos. Bye-bye.